Hello, my darlings. How are you? I am drinking coffee today because even though it's 1,000 degrees out, I am working on like minimal sleep and I got things to do. So I need some coffee. Excuse my hair. Excuse everything. I am so tired. But my hubby went back out of town. So I was like, Wendy, darling, Wednesday, my husband left me. Then my husband's back, and now my husband left me again. So it's like every other week. So he really, really loves his job. I really love his job. The struggle bus is coming to our destination, and we're ready to get off of it. But yeah, so other than my husband leaving me this morning to go back to Dallas for another week, oh, this truck. Okay, I'm grateful. Don't get it twisted. I'm grateful that I have a vehicle. But that sucker left me on the side of the highway on Sunday because the bottom radiator hose. Pause. It has been so long since I had coffee. Months. And I found a large bottle of the Silk Almond Creamer in the caramel flavor, which is my favorite. Anyway, back to the truck. I went to eat Indian food with my friend Cindy, and then I met her friend Lacey, and we all had lunch, and then we went over to Michael's, and my husband changed the oil in the truck. Well, from the Indian place to Michael's, which was literally across the road over a little bit, like not very far at all, I noticed like a really weird smell. And actually Cindy was like, maybe he spilled it. And I was just like, you know, I hope that that's the case, that he spilled a little oil and it's just burning off. Maybe that's what it was. Everything, you know, I didn't notice anything weird. Okay, so I come out of Michael's, I go to get ready to leave, and I'm pulling out of the parking lot, I'm going on my way, and I know where I'm going. At this point, I know where I'm at and I know what I need to take, what turn I need to take. And I look down and I see my temperature gauge is all the way pegged on the hot. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? Well, it freaked me out. I missed my turn, so I turned the next turn that I could take. Or I didn't miss my turn, I just turned. I turned off because I was like, I'm gonna get on my GPS. I'm gonna see what's going on. Well, I wasn't paying attention to where I was. I got turned around. So I ended up on a different freeway, which was sending me off to like a back road to go back home. Well, thankfully I was able to get over on the side of the highway before the truck died. The bottom radiator hose came off, and basically, yeah, and I ran it hot. So I mean, I didn't know what to do. Like I didn't know what was going on. All I heard was like clank, 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 clank. As I'm like driving to like pull over, it dies. So thankfully I was already over enough on the highway, not in the middle of the highway, thank goodness. And I always ride in the slow lane anyway, just because of the truck, and I don't like going 70 miles an hour in this thing. So anyway, thankfully my friend Cindy, I messaged her, I called my husband, told him where I was. His dad and him were gonna come, you know, pick me up. Well, anyway, so I pull over, right, and I just like roll down the windows because the AC wasn't working. That was the thing too, my AC wasn't working, and I was like, what is going on? So the AC wasn't working, the temperature gauge was all the way pegged, and so I was trying to get off the highway onto this little smaller back road so that I could like get out of the main traffic area and like call my husband. I was gonna call him anyway because there's no way I was gonna go home with it driving like the temperature gauge all the way pegged. There was no way. Well, it wouldn't let me anyway, but, so AC wasn't working, so I rolled down the windows and I started smelling something, and then I started seeing what I thought was smoke, which turned out to be steam because the engine was running hot because I had no water in it, in the radiator. So, yay, fun. Anyway, so my friend, I called my husband, told him where I was, his dad picked him up, and then they came to get me. In the meantime, I was just venting, and I was like, I'm on the side of the highway, and she's like, oh my goodness, like, where are you? So I told her where I was, and she came and sat with me, and that was really awesome. And really good timing because I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And I was just like, oh, I'll just hold it until I get home because, you know, what's, you know, bladder stress, strain, whatever, you know. So thankfully, you know, she came along and came and sat with me, which she did not have to do, but she is a peach. And she's like, how far are they away? I'm like, they've at least got 15 minutes. She's like, okay, I need to get gas. I'm like, good, I gotta go to the bathroom. So it worked out. But they actually beat us back to the car, which they were there for maybe like a minute or so, he said. But anyway, got it running, got it home, fixed the radiator hose. Actually, we ended up getting, like, exiting where I was going to be heading home. And there was like this little parking lot, random parking lot, and there was like a random car in it. And I'm like, this is where cars go to die, isn't it? So we pull up and his dad and my husband start working on it, trying to figure out what's going on. At first we thought like it was the oil, like he thought that the oil, something, I don't know. I don't know anything about cars anymore. I learned about them when I was a kid, and then it was like a gap of just partying and forgetting everything I learned. So whatever. Don't know what he said, but basically it wasn't what we thought it was. It was actually an easy fix, thankfully. And the sucky thing is now, like, it's running fine. The temperature is running normal. Everything is, the truck's running fine. The AC's working great. Everything's running fine, except now it chugs. Like, it's like, and they seem to think that it's the O2 sensor. Well, I will tell you this right now. I'm not driving that truck until Friday when I go get the dog's food, because that's payday. I'm going to go get the dog's food. I'm going to pick up some food for me. And then I'm not leaving my house again until he's back and can fix that, because I just don't feel safe. Dad said it's not going to leave me on the side of the road, but I don't feel safe. The car is 20 years old, and now, like, it's just one little thing after the other after another. And it's a gas hog. Like, don't get it twisted. I am thankful, but come on. There's only so much I can take. Struggle is real, y'all. The struggle is real. And I'm not, again, I'm not complaining. I mean, I am complaining, because what else would you call this? But it's just like, I have to get this off my chest. I have to, like, vent and, like, verbally vomit the disdain I have for this vehicle. I mean, if I'd have known, truly, I wish I could go back a couple of years and keep my Expedition, because I probably would have had it paid off, and it would still be kicking butt and taking names and having excellent gas mileage, and it was perfect. It was the perfect vehicle, and that will be forever one of my regrets, is ever getting rid of that truck. Ever. But anyway, how are y'all? I feel like that, I had to get that out there. I had to get it off. Coffee? Isn't my mug cute? I think that's my favorite part of the whole mug, is that part. So, anyway, what have you guys been up to? I finally finished my wand, my second wand. Let me grab it for you. I will show you. Okay, so I grabbed my wand. Now, this is a custom wand. There's never gonna be two exact things. It's difficult for me to make earrings, okay, because it's so hard to duplicate things. It really is. I didn't realize that whenever I started making jewelry. Now, earrings are a little easier, except for when they're like wire, and I will show you some ones I just made. Oh my goodness, like 6 attempts later, I finally have some that they're sisters. They're not even twins. But anyway, back to the wand. This is the wand that I just recently made, and everything is made to custom. So, like, if you wanted lime green with black polka dots on it, I would do it for you. Like, whatever you want on your wand, I will do. But basically, the way that I was going about doing this was I was just going to stain it and have some of the actual wood grain come through. When I spoke with my client, she was like, girl, the more purple the better. And I was just like, okay. And she's like, I like sparkly things, I like glitter, and I was like, you're speaking my language, honey. She really loves purple. She really loves amethyst, and she is drawn to the moon. So that is what I have encompassed into this wand. All right, so let's start at the top. It has a, if it will focus, please focus. It has a custom wire wrap with aura, the glass aura seed beads. I really, really love those. They bring out whatever color they're up against. They just bring that color out in the bead. And so like they could be blue, they could be green, they could be purple, they could be pink. They just, I love the aura beads. So this is a piece of chevron amethyst, and it comes out so she can take it out and she can charge it under the moon, however she wants to charge it, and then it just pops back in there. And it's pretty sturdy, so like you can fling it a bit and it's not gonna fly out because it fits in there pretty good. But I didn't want to glue the stone in place. Some of them I will glue the stone in place, but I just really wanted this one to be able to be removed so that she could A, place another tip in there if she wanted to, if she had something that was similar to this size, and B, so she could take it out and charge it without having her wand in the elements. So anyway, moving on. So I have, this is all the black on here is, I wood burned these symbols into the wand. And I don't know if you can see like the sparkle. Yeah, you can see the sparkle. It's very sparkly, very iridescent. It's got like a blue-green shift. And then this symbol right here is the symbol for moon blessings. So it's just a crescent moon, and then it has like 3 almost like raindrops coming down. And then I've got some little stars, and then I have the triple goddess, which is also burned in there. And then you can't really tell, but the paint itself over the black is like a glittery black. It's black with like silver reflex. So you might be able to tell, I'm not sure. And then I just did kind of a spiral with some like things coming off of it. And then the end of it, the handle part is curved. And I just really liked the way it sat in my hand. And I'm sure you're hearing the ding, 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 ding. There's a little bell on the end of this one. So she wanted ribbons off the base of it. I already had this little witch hat. And then since she's drawn to the moon, I found these little crescent moon charms. And there we go. And then I also found some Tree of Life charms. And this is like one of 2 that I found. I'll show you the other one. And she chose this one for hers. And then also added some extra ribbon and a little bell for the fae. So that is my most recent wand. And this one will be going out this weekend. She will be in her new home this weekend. I also included, because she's been so patient with me, coffee. That's good stuff right there. I basically like a little bit of coffee and a ton of cream, so, you know, I'm drinking hot cream. Anyway, because she was so patient with me, I am gifting her these little amethyst witch hat earrings. So they match the wand, but they also have amethyst in them. And I'm gifting her a pair of earrings, and I'm also gifting her a gem cage with a piece of amethyst already in the gem cage. So she's really drawn to amethyst. She loves purple, anything purple. So let me get the gem out of the cage. So I'm gifting her a piece of like tumbled amethyst. And I'm just gonna pop that back into the cage. And so she can also take this out and put whatever gemstone she wants in there. And then I'm also gifting her some extra ribbon, just in case any of those ribbons come undone or fray or whatever, she can replace them, or, you know, it's purple ribbon, she can have that. And I have a little card for her. So that is my latest one. I do have one more wand, but the client is sending me the gems that she wants on or in her wand. So until I get that, I really don't have much else to do with the wand. I've already stripped it, and it's kind of waiting for further whatever. I have been a little bit, I haven't really made jewelry in a while. I did make a, my husband calls it his Kyber crystal, and I will insert a picture of it right there. Basically, it's really hard to photograph, but he loves it. It is a red titanium quartz, and I wrapped it with black wire and antique bronze wire. So he really, really liked it. And then I forgot to get a picture of it, but last night I wrapped him a ring, and it's silver, and then it has the antique copper as well. Yeah, I was just in such a, like, I was trying to get it done so he could take it with him on his trip. I really got it done at like 3 o'clock this morning. And then I went to bed at like 6:30, and then I had to be up to take him to go meet his coworker. I'm tired. Anyway, so my latest obsession is Tree of Life pendants, and I did not realize how easy they were to make. Now, I think they're easy because now that I've made one, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, before, looking at it, it's like, man, that's so intricate, and they are intricate. But now that I understand how to make them, I've knocked out like 4 of them in the last day. Just so obsessed with them. So my first one that I made, well, first of all, let me show you some stuff, some other stuff I've worked on. Okay, so remember earlier when I was talking about how 6 attempts later I have some matching earrings, and they're sisters and they're not even twins? I made these little Celtic cross and fire opal Swarovski crystal earrings. As you can see, this one looks a lot better than this one. I tried, you guys, I really did. But they were a pain in the butt. And this is not my design. This is Fantasia Elegance. She made this design and had a tutorial on YouTube, so I copied that design. And believe me, I am not selling them nowhere near what she is selling hers for. And I will never make another pair of these. Honestly, they were so hard to make. Just, to me, they were just so stressful. I literally threw away 5 or 6. That's actually my 6th attempt. Like, my first one, great. Trying to make a duplicate one, no. I went through like 5 little cross forms. No. And you can't reuse it because you already bent it, you know, all around and everything. So no. So anyway, moving on. So like I said, my obsession is Tree of Life pendants, and this is my first one that I made, and it is a jet and fire opal Tree of Life. And basically this one was Halloween inspired, obviously. I wish I had more crystals. I would have definitely made it a lot fuller, but I didn't. And I was going to sell it, and then I'm like, man, I really, really like this one. I really like the Swarovski crystals on it. I will be making another one because, let me tell you, this one blew up. Like, this one, I now have 5 orders for trees. So this one was the cause of 5 orders, and I'm so excited that I get to make these for people. And the cool thing about it is, my friend Bridget, who was the first one to say she wanted one, she's like, I want one with all the birthstones, like of my husband and my children, and to go up the tree. And I was like, that is an awesome idea. Well, not only did she start a trend, because now I have 5 orders all the same way, birthstones. And so I have on order every single Swarovski crystal that is correlated to the birthstones. So I have garnet, ruby, opal, diamond, crystal, and then I'm getting crystal AB, which is crystal aurora borealis, so it has this really pretty flash to it. Amethyst, emerald, citrine, topaz, every birthstone, and then some. So I have like almost 1,000 beads coming, because I decided, I'm like, you know what, if the Tree of Life is something that I feel strongly about, and I already have 5 orders, there's no telling how many more orders I can do. And then, like, I was thinking I can do like zodiac ones. I can There so many, like the possibilities are endless with what I can do with these things. Anyway, so this was my first one. I decided to keep it. And because I decided to keep it, I was like, well, that means I'm going to have to make another one to replace what I decided to keep. So this one I decided to play with different stones. And this one is with antique copper. And I believe these are either hematite beads or they are black pearls. I'm not entirely sure. They came off of a bracelet and the beads themselves are really old. I had that bracelet a really, really long time, so I don't know. So as you can see, I, changed it up a little bit. Like, they have different trunks. I really like the trunk on this one a lot better than this one. And then of course I changed up the wire, and I think they're a little bit, yeah, my first one was a little bit bigger. They're all different sizes too. That's the thing too. It's like I'm not consistent with the size. So I think that like I've got to get that down to scale, like figure out a size that I really want to keep it at, and just like, that's it. Like I want to use the same like amount of wire every time. Like cut off a certain amount of piece and like make it consistent across the board. That way, you're not getting like a tinier one or a bigger one, like you're getting one that's consistent. So that's something I have to work on, is consistency as far as the size goes. But anyway, so that one is for sale, and I believe, I'm not sure how much I am selling this one for yet. I don't know. And so then I was like, all right, well, let's see what I can do just on, no gems, nothing like fancy. So I made this little rose gold tree with spirals. So like the ends, instead of wrapping them all the way around and cutting them off, I just loop them into spirals. And it's just a little simple tree. Nothing fancy about that one at all, but I just thought it was cute. And I'm really digging the way the roots came out on this one. And like I said, they're different. They're all individual. Like they're all going to be custom. Like I can't duplicate something. I just haven't figured out how to mass produce the same thing over and over again. And then because I was getting a little obsessive, this is the last one I made, and I think this is one of my favorites, and hopefully it'll sell soon. This one, I might have to keep it because it's so pretty, but it has blue goldstone, and this is what a tree would look like, super full, and I think it would look so much better with a full tree. And I also decided to do a variation of the way that the branches are laid out. I don't know, I just love it. I love the organic. I love taking materials and creating something. And I love the blue goldstone, as you can see how it has like that flash. Goldstone is a man-made stone. And let's see, have I made any new pendants lately? I did fix my sister's bracelet. So when she was here to visit, she had this bracelet on her wrist, and it was like a little stretchy bracelet, and it had these little beads on it. Not the silver ones, but it had these little beads right here. They're like cylinder beads, but they have like a little gem on the end of them, and it's just a little stretchy bracelet. But my dog caught it, and pretty much it went everywhere in the yard. Well, there was a strand of it still able to, like, was still hanging on, so I kept it, and I said, okay, I'll fix your bracelet. Well, I thought I would have more, more gems to work with, and I didn't. So I ended up adding the little silver beads, and then this little piece was already on there. I really wish this would focus. But it's a stretchy bracelet, and like it just rolls on, and it's really pretty and dainty, and I really hope that she loves it. But because I had such an odd number of the original beads, I was able to make her some matching earrings. So hopefully, that'll make up for the fact that my dog broke her original bracelet. So I'm going to get that in the mail to her on Friday as well. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I did make another pair of earrings. Let me find them. I bought some new crystals. And I bought the little Tree of Life strand. Well, the Tree of Life strand had two different types of Tree of Life. So the first pair of earrings that I made from that are these. And they just have the little, kind of looks like a little medallion, a little coin. And it's reflecting. There you go. And then it has like this really pretty little crystal at the top that has like 2 different sides on it. It's really sparkly and pretty and you can't see it. But very simple, just Tree of Life earrings. So, I think I've rambled on long enough about my jewelry, and my coffee is being cold. But I am so much more awake now. I think you can probably notice because I have not stopped talking. But it's Wendy Darling Wednesday, and that's what we do on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, we chatter and we wear black. Or pink if you know, there's 2 spectrums there. On Wednesdays, we wear pink. On Wednesdays, we wear black. Where do you fall? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, guys, I hope you're doing well, and I will talk to you in the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get more of me. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!